right, in three, two, one. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Podcast, Season 2, Episode 21. I know you guys have missed me. You guys don't even tell me you guys miss me, but I know you guys do. But coming back with someone, I'm pretty sure you guys already know her. She's been, on social media for a minute now, but hey, I got Gloria Yang with me today. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I mean, I know last time we tried to have a collab, didn't really work out, and then all of a sudden, here we are.
I know, right? Yeah, like during that time, like I had like way too many things going on. And I was just like, I was very selective with the projects that I was taking on. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm totally open. Things have calmed down since then. So I'm happy
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I mean, I'm grateful for any guest that hit me up and want to be on my podcast. I think you're the first guest that I've approached, and then things kind of died down. I did get a new job, and then I kind of just went dead. I usually go dead on my channel very frequently, so I'm glad the people that stuck with me has stuck with me, and now here we are with the upcoming episode, the return of Platinum Podcast, as usual with a very wonderful guest. So we're just gonna dive right into it. So
Okay.
let me ask, how and why OnlyFans?
Oh God. I knew that this question was going to come up. Well, to be honest with you, I already knew of the platform like years ago.
Hmm.
So I would see like influencers and celebrities that I followed on social media starting an OnlyFans. So I was like, okay, and I do follow like adult entertainers too, like
Hmm.
porn stars and all of that stuff on social media as well. And I was like, interesting. Like, what is this platform? Like, I learned about OnlyFans or Patreon, but to be honest, I was in a relationship at the time. So, like, I really wanted to start one to make extra money, but I couldn't because I was in a relationship.
Right.
And then it was kind of like the timing was just perfect. Like right when that relationship ended, I started an OnlyFans right away especially because of my current situation at the time. I didn't really have enough time to think. I was kind of in survival mode, you can say.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, yo, I need to make some money. Like, yeah, because,
would
you know,
you
when
would
that relationship,
would you say
oh,
you were
go
kind of
on.
desperate?
I wouldn't say that I was, well, I guess it was like a mixture of desperation and also like curiosity because
Oh,
I was
okay.
kind of like, oh, like I want to know how this works. Like, am I really gonna
Right.
make money? But I'd say desperation in a way where when my relationship ended, literally my
Hmm.
whole world like fell apart. Like I was homeless, I couldn't go back home.
Right.
I had to live with my cousin and her kids. And her place didn't really have a lot of room. So I
Hmm.
was like, damn, like I got to start all over. Like I need something just to kind of help me out.
Yeah.
So that was why I started OnlyFans.
Okay. And
Mhm.
breaking down into OnlyFans, like how does that work? Because personally, I do respect the hustle of anybody, guys, girls, anybody who's on the platform and making money
Mhm.
off of it. Do respect the hustle. I personally just don't subscribe to any OnlyFans because I gotta save money for myself. But so break down like kind of like how your prices are and how like, because I know like it costs money for, or I don't know, I assume it costs money for like for you to talk or for them to talk to you, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
So as for pricings, I would say that in general, everybody has like their different pricings. I personally have subscribed to a lot of other people's OnlyFans too. Like I've subscribed to like Chris Brown when
Hmm.
he had one. I was so happy, but he didn't got nothing on there though. So I was kind of like, what the fuck? But oh shit, can I swear?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, so I've like subscribed to like a couple of people's OnlyFans, but like to be honest with you, the prices really depend on you. And when I started my OnlyFans, I my membership was at $10, like
Hmm.
$10 a month. So a lot of people they charge anywhere from like $5 to $40. monthly, but it just depends on your following. And I felt like I don't have like a huge platform compared to other people, but I had like a good enough following to kind of start somewhere.
Yeah.
So again, like everybody's prices are different. So for example, if you there's so many different levels to OnlyFans. There's that, the starting out, there's that for the first level where you only do like sexy pictures, which is like professional shoots or like
Mm-hmm.
bikini, lingerie. And then you go up more and it's like nudity.
Yeah.
So, like the full thing. And then you move on up. And then there's, solo, which is like cam girl type of work. And then if
Okay.
you really, really want to go that extra mile and go all the way in, then that's when you start to do like porn content, you
Okay.
know? So like all the prices just really depend on the person, where they're promoting their OnlyFans and how many followers they have. I kind of feel like for me, like I didn't have a lot of followers compared to other OnlyFans creators. So at first, like I was just kind of testing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I did charge a lot, like for because if you don't know how OnlyFans work, you don't just make money off of like how many subscribers you make. You also can make money from direct messages,
Mm-hmm.
custom requests. Of course, if they like want to talk to you, like sexting, because I
Right.
do nudity and like cam girl type of
Yeah.
work. So it's like if they want like more intimate conversations, then I do charge like $10 to $20 an hour. Um, so it's just, I don't know, like I guess I don't really want to discuss like everything that I do, like price
Right. Right.
wise, just because
Yeah.
like I do have to keep that more like private just for my subscribers to know.
Mm-hmm.
But
But it
yeah,
varies.
like it does
Depending on
vary.
the creator, it varies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like I follow a lot of sex workers on Twitter, and they charge really cheap. I'm not gonna lie. Like they do, like especially because a lot of them are just starting out and nobody really knows them.
Mm-hmm.
So like when nobody knows you, you really have to work your way and your prices are gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
So like I have girls that like do $5 for monthly subscriptions and they like charge super cheap for like DMs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But for me, obviously, like because enough people in the Hmong community know who I am, I was like,
Right.
okay, maybe I could like establish myself in some ways. But I think right now, like I actually am not as active on it
Mm-hmm.
as I was early on when I first started.
Is there a reason why
Mhm.
you kind of am like is not so active on it right now, or is it just because you have other
Yeah,
things going on, or you're just kind of leaning away from OnlyFans, or
it's definitely like a little bit of both. Like I kind of felt like, okay, I had a great year. When I started OnlyFans, I did not expect it to blow up the way that it did in the community. I didn't expect it to be such a huge controversial topic at all. Like I literally was just trying to like get my own place, like get back on my feet. Like I
yeah.
really just didn't think of those things. But then when it happened, like it was definitely really, really tough on me. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like that
Mm-hmm.
shit was like rough, you know,
Yeah.
um and like yeah, like I think I had like a good year and I knew that it wasn't something that I wanted to do forever.
Okay. Yeah.
So it wasn't like a forever thing for me. It was kind of like I need to do something. I gotta hustle, do something to make a living, figure
Yeah.
out what I want to do with myself, with my career, like what is it that I really truly want to do. But I did stick with it for a while actually, and I was able to make like a consistent amount of money monthly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not rich though, like compared to like other people, like I know that like their numbers are definitely up there,
Yeah.
but for me, like I'm gonna be humble and be honest and say that like I didn't make as much as like what people think that I did, but
Okay.
I was good enough with like I was good at saving my money and
Yeah.
getting things that I really needed, and I was able to like splurge on certain things that I wanted for myself, but
Okay.
I wasn't like incredibly rich, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like that's just like a whole like other perception that people have, but they don't really know the true reality of it. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, like I just like got kind of like tired of it in a sense because like I was just like, okay, like if I'm being really honest, unless you have like a gigantic platform
Mm-hmm.
with like 20K followers or even more, like on your Instagram or wherever, like if you have like a shit ton of followers, then yeah, you're gonna make good money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people
Yeah.
are gonna subscribe to you. But for me, like I'm not very, I'm not like a loved person in the community, I should say.
Right.
So
Right.
like, you know, like I don't really have like a good enough like following where people like follow me because they genuinely like me or want to see
Mm-hmm.
me. Like there's just a lot of people that follow me because they know who I was linked to in the past or
Right.
because I was controversial. And so they're like, well, I want to see her. I want, you know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's
They
like a different
More
thing.
people are kind of love drama, and
Yeah.
when they see it in their own community, it's like real life to them, I think. And it's like, oh man, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I could see it up close and personal. Like, I know that
Mm-hmm.
guy, and it's linked to this guy and linked to this girl. And I think, I don't know, it's like, Korean drama right in their faces, and they love, I don't know, the Hmong people love it for some reason.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they do. They do. And because I'm fully aware with what's going on. I'm woke. You know what I mean? It's not like
Hmm.
I'm completely oblivious to my surroundings and what's going on. I know what's being said, what's been said, what's going on out there. But I think what was more important for me was just making a living so that I could support myself for the time being, you know. But yeah, like it was just I just got kind of tired of it. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like OnlyFans definitely helped me a lot. I mean, I
Hmm.
was able to like get myself a new car, you know, move out.
Nice.
Now I have two dogs. So it's like me and my two
Nice.
dogs and my two-bedroom apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it had its good perks, like if you really know how to monetize yourself.
Hmm.
But I just wanted to like move on to other things, you know? So I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm 30 now and not I know the age shouldn't matter, but like I'm kind of at that point where it's like I done lived my life young for
Hmm.
so long, like just leaving my 20s behind. I'm like, well, what's the next step, you know?
Yeah.
And with OnlyFans to be truly successful and make money, I'm just gonna be honest, like you gotta do porn. Like that's when you can make like the real money, like you know, with OnlyFans like being a full-on adult entertainer. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to go that route.
Okay, that was my next question, because I know you're, kind of a free spirit person. You're an
Mm-hmm.
opportunist. You see things. I remember in one interview you did with All That Talk, you said,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of think outside the box, and you kind of think, a little bit of the future more than most people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was my question, right? That you already answered. Was adult
Yeah.
entertainment ever a possibility for you?
No. I mean,
Okay.
I would be lying if I didn't think about it. Like there was a point where I was thinking like, okay, where do I go from here? You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And it's just like, do I want to switch over and do boy girl content? Like it did come across my mind because a
Yeah.
lot of course, fans and subscribers ask me about it.
Yeah.
But then I was like, nah, honestly, man, like we need to give them porn stars some credit because it's not easy being a porn star, yo. Like the work that they do behind the cameras and just filming and all that, it's definitely backbreaking.
Mhm.
Like, like we may not think that, you know, as viewers, but
Right.
shit, like what they do
It's
is like backbreaking. It's you risk yourself a lot, like when it comes to like health related concerns, like
yeah.
health related issues and all that.
You got to go
And
test
you,
like every week, it's
yeah,
like it's crazy.
exactly. And you literally have to film for like hours and hours. Like I watched a lot of interviews and they like porn stars like say that your body will just be aching. Like,
Mhm.
you know, it's hard for you to enjoy like intimacy with a partner, you know,
Yeah.
like on your own private time just because you do it for a living. And
Yeah.
so I did think about it, but I was like, nah, I think I'm good. Like cam girl, I kind of just like started doing it randomly.
Mhm.
Like I was like, all right, I think I'm more comfortable now. So I like kind of transitioned to that because that was kind of where the money was at. And then I kind of just stopped there. I was like, well, I don't really want to go anywhere else. So it's like, do I want to continue doing this or do I want to move on? And I kind of feel like now that a new year is approaching, I'm still going to be on the platform, but I'm ready to move on to other things in my life.
So you're
So
still on the platform,
mhm.
correct?
Yes, I'm still on OnlyFans. Yeah.
How many subscribers do you have, if
Oh,
you don't mind sharing?
do you know? I will say that I had like, I'll say like it's 3-digit number,
Okay.
but it comes and goes. I just won't say like the exact because
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
no.
really like to discuss like dollar value or I don't
Yeah.
know. Personally, I think it's weird. Like for me, I'm just kind of like, that's a little weird. Like I don't really like to talk about like how much money I make or any of that, or because
Mhm.
I just kind of feel weird about it. But
Right,
those
yeah.
things I do prefer to keep confidential. But
No, that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah, but 3
three
digit.
digit.
Still, I
Yeah,
mean,
it
that's
comes and
good.
goes.
That's
Comes and
good.
goes.
I mean, I'm sure it's more than my YouTube channel, so you're doing just fine.
YouTube's that's hard though. I started a YouTube channel, but it's definitely hard to keep up with, you
Yeah.
know.
That's why there's many breaks in my YouTube channel career. Just because, yeah, it's
Hmm.
hard to keep up, but anyways,
Hmm. I'm
still
gonna start
sticking with.
pouring this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was like, I need
Yeah,
a
I'm already
drink.
drinking.
Woo.
Yeah.
I mean, this got me a little nervous. I'm like, sheesh. Because I don't really do a lot of podcasts about this. Like, I only did it with all that talk. And
Yeah.
then, to be honest, I've been super quiet while the whole social media drama was going on. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
really come out like that or openly talk about it. So,
No, and that's why I love my platform and my podcast is because I do want to make you feel comfortable, but at the same time I do like to talk about that controversial stuff because
oh, yeah.
it's good for our community to listen to these conversations, listen to these open-minded conversations because it's we don't ever hear these conversations, and without hearing these conversations, we can't grow as a community, or, that one person that's, closed minded can't at least try to understand where we're coming from. So I do love this platform just for me to talk to a guest and go back and forth and just talk about how open mindedness is and how we can,
Hmm.
better ourselves, better our community as a whole.
I completely agree with you. And I did talk about my upbringing a little bit with all that talk podcast, but like I mentioned how like growing up, I just never could fit in with the Hmong community. Like I'll be really honest. Like I grew
Hmm.
up, it's weird because my parents themselves, they're super traditional, but the way that they raised me was very Western, like very Americanized.
Okay.
So they didn't really they didn't really like focus on the importance of being like a wife, like grooming me to be like this wife to cook and clean and
Yeah, the 10K
like
nya.
yeah, like
Yeah.
abide to like the culture norms or whatever. They actually just taught me to go to school. They're
Mhm.
like, you're really smart, just go to school. Go to
Nice.
school, go to college, get a good job, be independent. Like that was how they raised me. But of course, growing up, I was just very rebellious because I love to explore and kind of
Right.
like go out there. And I was always soul searching, man. I was like, I was just some like kid trying to grow up and like, or try to like find themselves out there in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just never could fit in with the Hmong community. And um, even still till this day, like I do feel like a disconnect, if I'm being really honest, just because again, like me trying new things that are very like looked down upon, or even like just things in my life that happened was they were unplanned,
Right.
but it just happened. And of course, it it just so happens that it's something that people really look down upon, like my like relationship with someone with the same last name.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course like doing OnlyFans and just stepping my foot into sex work industry, things like that that people don't really talk about or do in the community.
Yeah, and I want to go off
Mm-hmm.
of that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad because it's the same thing as you stepping into something totally different, just as like, Sunisa Lee stepping into gymnastics. It's the same thing, same
Mm-hmm.
concept. It's like, of course, it's not the same industry, but it's the same
Mm-hmm.
concept of, you've never seen a Hmong person do this, but then why can't we do
Mm-hmm.
this? You know what I mean? So I
Right.
see it as the same way, and it's sad to say that like people get praised because mainstream media praises them, and then there
Mm-hmm.
goes the whole Hmong community praising them too, but then
Oh, of
when yeah, but
course.
then when it comes to someone like you who stepped into a different
Mm-hmm.
industry, took an opportunity in that industry and thrived over it, nobody really sees it that like as a praise, because it's such a
Right.
different thing that we've never talked about ourselves in our community. So it's kind of sad to
Right.
see.
It is incredibly sad and it's very traumatizing,
Hmm.
especially with what I've went through. I feel like going off of what you said about like Suni Lee, if like I think that's amazing. Like whatever you do, like I think that's amazing. But I
Hmm.
feel like people just gravitate more towards what's accepted in society, what's, um good or in their eyes or whatever.
Yeah,
And
what's good.
yeah, like with what's good, like what's accepted in society, like. And for me, it's like I didn't really get support or love at
Hmm.
all because of like, again, like really it just had to do with like who I was in a relationship with, to be honest. And
Yeah.
like nobody even, it's just crazy because before that relationship I was already involved in the community. Like I did a lot of volunteer work. It's kind of funny, but people were just sharing videos and pictures of Hmong Day. I was on stage introducing Suni Lee before
Yeah.
she, yeah, and I kind of forgot that happened, to be honest, because
Mm.
yeah, like I was really involved in the community, like doing volunteer work. I like competed for the pageant. I was kind of like testing it out, like trying to figure out
Yeah.
like what my passions are, and I
Hmm.
was trying to help out the community as well. And then people just kind of judged me because of who I dated. And
Yeah,
like that
that's
was
ain't
and I
that
was
some
just like,
shit.
what the fuck? Yeah, like I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because it was just really tough because I mean, like nobody even really knows like the backstory or like the relationship or me at all. I mean, it
Hmm.
was I kept it quiet. Like it was on the down low. But of course, like with social media, like whatever you share, people will find a way to make something out of it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I kind of feel like ever since then, like people just automatically were like, oh my God, like wanted to talk shit about me and like look down on me and like not even look at me like I'm human. And I just gotta say, like with the whole OnlyFans thing, like I got so much shit for it, but now everybody's on it.
Oh no,
Like
there's
everybody, like even all the Hmong like female public figures, they're all on it, but they didn't get
hmm
half the shit that I did.
yeah, I
Not even
say
close.
you are probably the first, if not the first, the one that kind of took it off, you know,
Mm-hmm.
kind of started the whole thing, kind of brought it into our community. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, they should thank you for it, really, because if it wasn't you, it wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even before, um, I guess, like, before it took off with me, a lot of girls were already doing it. So I don't want to discredit them,
Right.
because I'm not
Hmm.
going to sit here and say that I was like the first girl to ever start one, but I guess for sure, like, mine popped off and then it became
Yeah,
more, I guess,
yours,
in
or you
common.
you brought more eyes to that
Hmm.
platform than like you said, the people that did it first. But I
Right.
mean, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's I will guarantee you, because this is how just the Hmong community is. I will guarantee you, if you do something good and mainstream media praises you for it, they will start celebrating you.
I know. And that's like one thing that I just think is so messed up because it's just like, why are people so quick to switch up? You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't ride on anyone's wave except for my own. Like I will always give credit where it's due. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm always all for it, like for empowerment. And I'm like, yo, that's really dope. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not gonna like ride on somebody's bandwagon just because that's like the thing right now,
Yeah.
Because from what I know, I've always been doing my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of always been like in my own, like kind of like just like in the shadows a little bit,
Yeah.
just kind of like doing my own thing, like um it's just crazy because even when I go out to like Hmong bars and stuff, like I'm still not used to people asking me for pictures. Like I feel really like I have social anxiety. So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, like this shit's like weird. Like I get really freaked out, like kind of scared a little bit. Like I have a lot of anxiety and like I'm not used to it and I don't like really enjoy it as much just
Okay.
because it's like holy shit, like I look at myself like just me doing my own thing, like I'm a normal
Right.
person.
Right.
And then
You don't see like you
there,
yourself as a celebrity or someone that's like
yeah,
well known in general, for people to come,
yeah.
take pictures with you, ask you, I don't know if they ask you for your autograph or something, but
I
not yet.
actually I had a guy in Wausau because I went to the Wausau tournament. I had a guy ask me to sign his t-shirt.
Oh man.
I thought
Okay.
it was
Okay.
cute. I thought it was really, really cute. I think he was young too. He was like 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or I think it was 21. Sorry. He was at the beer tent. So
Oh,
he's got
okay.
to be at least 21. But no, like, I don't know. I don't like when people like say that I'm like a celebrity because I'm really not. Like celebrities like Kim Kardashian or like
Mm.
Justin Bieber, like Suni Lee for sure, like those
Mm-hmm.
people, like, because they're definitely like out there, like making money and like
Yeah.
actually in the press, like in the
Mm-hmm.
public. But for me, it's like people only know me because of a controversial thing. And I'm just like, yo, like at the end of the day, I'm just a normal person, man. I'm just trying to make ends meet just like everybody else.
For
I'm just
sure.
trying to keep myself afloat like everybody else,
For sure.
So
I respect
cheers
the
to that.
hustle. Yeah. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah. Nah, like, yeah, the hustle is definitely something, but I do feel like people need to not give in to social media so much. Like I feel like people just believe anything that they see.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's like for example, there's a lot of people that think, oh my God, it's so easy to make money off of OnlyFans. It's only easy if you got the followers. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
only easy when you got the followers. And even when you do have your followers, you got to keep up with it,
Yeah. You have to keep their
you know?
interest. You have to,
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard. Yeah, like even like we were talking about earlier, like YouTube is very hard. Even if we're not making money off of
Mm-hmm.
this, it's like, for me, I have to make sure the guest is on time or make sure the guest actually agrees to come on to my podcast. And then after that, I have to, well, my platform's not very structural. I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
go everywhere with it, but I still have to
I noticed.
maintain.
Yeah.
You'll notice that about me. I'm not organized, but it's somewhat for me organized. But
You're
yeah, I
kind of
mean,
like the, going with the flow type of guy.
yeah, I like to go with the flow, kind of, let the conversation carry itself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very hard to, just to have a platform, keep people engaged, keep it going, make videos weekly, edit
Mm-hmm.
videos weekly, and then keep up
Yes.
with the social media, make sure you post the social media. And it's just like, why do you think I keep taking long breaks? It's because it's like I don't post on social media for, I don't know. I haven't posted for like 4 or 5 months now because it's so tiring. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll still go on the platforms and like my friends' statuses and stuff like that, like pictures on Instagrams, but I just won't post it because it's like it's tiring. It's really draining. It takes a lot of time out of
Right.
the day. Even though it's just a couple of clicks, it's like it takes a lot of mental stress, you know? It's like oh, I have to think about what I post. I have to be careful
Mm-hmm.
about what I say, you know? So it's very draining, you know? So it's taking
It
long
is.
breaks and stuff like that. I think it's very good, very healthy. I found that very therapeutic for myself to not just
Mhm.
keep posting, you know?
Right. No, I agree. Like, see, people don't really understand like the amount of work that gets put into it,
Mhm.
because like I said, I just started a YouTube channel and editing videos takes like a whole entire day.
Yeah.
It's like just to get that perfect 17 minutes or 20
Mhm.
minutes, however long the video is,
Yeah.
it takes hours.
Mhm.
And I feel like with OnlyFans too, like just to create like one custom video, it takes a couple of hours for me to film, and you gotta like do it over if it doesn't really look good, and you gotta
Yeah.
make sure you got the lighting, like all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah.
that easy. And not to also mention, I mean, this is a little graphic, but like when you're a cam girl and they're like using toys and whatnot, like that
Mhm.
shit doesn't always feel good. you know,
You know, I'm not
I'm
gonna
just
say
gonna be honest.
I'm not gonna say I know what you feel, but I could imagine.
And like I'm just gonna be really transparent,
Yeah.
like that's like honestly the truth for me. Like uh there's a lot that goes to it that people don't really understand, and it's not that easy because mentally I feel like the biggest part of it is the mental part of it, because it
Mhm.
could really break you down if you're not strong-willed. Like I'll
Yeah.
be really really honest. And like a lot of girls, there was a time when it first kicked off. A lot of people did DM me and message me, and I thought about mentoring a few people, but then I thought about it. I was like, nah, I don't want to, because like for me, I just kind of feel like a lot of girls, they don't really think about like the consequences and what
Mhm.
goes with it. They
Yeah.
just see like the money. They just see like the material things that you buy with the money, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like it's so much more than that. Like you got to deal with a lot of shit. You deal with a lot of hate, you deal with a lot of disrespect, you deal with judgment from
Mhm.
your family. Like I got like my own blood family and cousins that look at me different and treat me different, and I like
Right.
honestly cut them all off. Like I don't talk to no family, I don't talk to nobody
Yeah.
after what I've been through, and like especially after like the whole OnlyFans thing, my taboo relationship, all of that. Like I legit had to cut everybody off.
Yeah.
And maybe there are some people out there that have support, from their families, but for me, I wasn't, I didn't have that.
Mhm.
So there's like a lot that goes to it. Like, and I just felt kind of bad because I was like, I don't really want to like have these, I don't want to like trick these girls, like not trick them, but I just don't want them to think that it's all like fun and dandy and
Yeah, and then all of a
rainbows and
sudden, like,
butterflies.
one bad thing happens, and then, the whole domino effect starts happening to them, and they're like, "Well, why didn't you
Mm-hmm.
tell me this about," and
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole thing. Yeah, definitely. I mean, what type of advices have you given to girls that come up to you and or not come up to you,
Oh,
but DM you, and what type of
yeah.
advices, like if they are for sure that they want to do it, that like they've told
Mm-hmm.
you they're for sure about doing it, they're okay with the consequences, what advices have you given them?
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, are you sure? Because at the end of the day, when you're in it, it becomes a lifestyle. So I
Mm,
always tell them it becomes a lifestyle at the end of the day. Like, you may think, oh, I only do it part time, or I only, it's not really my life, but it really does become your life, though.
yeah.
Like in my opinion, because when I was in it, and I'm still in
Right.
it, but like it really does become a lifestyle at the end of the day, because people are going to look at you like that, and not only that, but it's like it becomes a part of who you are too,
Yeah.
just of what you do,
Mhm.
and it's something that you have to own up to, and you have to be honest
Yeah.
about. Like for
Mhm.
example, if you're like, the dating world is going to change, everything about your life will change because you're an OnlyFans girl.
Oof.
You know, yes, yes, everything will change. So like, okay, you say you're okay with it, but you gotta be sure to own up to it, and you have to
Yeah.
understand that it's gonna definitely change the dynamics in your life, especially
Oh,
relationships.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Because you're that OnlyFans girl now. There's,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of guys that are like, man, I would date her, but she got OnlyFans. Or like,
Right.
oh, she did OnlyFans in the past. I don't want somebody like that. Like, especially in the Hmong community. Oh
Yeah,
my
especially
God.
in the Hmong community.
Yeah, like, all I ever dated were Hmong men.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had like one short-term relationship. It was like I was younger, but he was like half black and white. But all my serious relationships were Hmong. And it's like, as much as you can be open-minded, like as a Hmong man, there's always going to be those conservative views that you were
Mm-hmm.
raised
Yeah.
upon. And it's like, it's kind of hard to like be with someone and feel like you have to share her with the world.
Right.
Because all I ever dated were Hmong men, and I know how like a lot of them. I wouldn't say all because I don't want to get backlash for saying that because I have got backlash already with my interview with Isabelle. But
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna offend somebody during this interview.
yeah, well, I will just say most
Okay.
most Hmong men um, are they don't like that, and most men in general do have issues with that too.
Yeah.
So like it's just gonna definitely change your life. That's why I say it's gonna be a lifestyle at the end of the day. Like it don't
Yeah.
matter if you stop doing OnlyFans, it's still in your past. And like if
Mm-hmm.
guys find out about it, they're definitely gonna feel some type of way. So my advice is just be honest and keep owning up to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, what
Hmm.
else? What else can you do? Other than own up to it and
Yeah,
go forth with your life.
exactly. Because dating is hard, man. I actually just started dating again though. Like
Oh, okay.
I took my last relationship when that ended, I literally took some time off.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was always in a relationship, like even before him, I was in a relationship too. And then before
Yeah.
that, I was in a relationship. So it's kind of like I was
You never
always
had
in
that
and out of
yourself type. Yeah. I was always like that too. Yeah. I was
exactly.
always, from relationships.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Never had that time
Okay.
for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's rough. It
Because
is.
hell yeah. Dude, I'm 30 and I was in and out of relationships since I was 14.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a
Hmm.
long time.
That's a long time. So this is like the first time in my life that I actually took some time off. Like it's been 2 years
Mm-hmm.
that I legit just have not dated anybody. Like I'll like probably talk to like some guys here and there, but never went anywhere.
Right.
But like this, I would say like I didn't really start giving dating a chance until like this past summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
But it's
changed?
about dating or about my
Or
mind with
yeah,
dating.
or both. I mean, did you meet a guy that kind of just kind of blew your world up and was like, yeah,
Oh
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
God.
ready.
Um, so summertime was a fun time for me. I'm a
Mhm.
summer baby. I'm a Gemini. So
Hey,
like,
August. I'm a summer
yes.
baby too.
Okay, you're Leo then.
I'm a Leo. Yes.
You Leos. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing.
I'm gonna take that as
Yeah.
a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, like I was just having a lot of fun like in the summertime. I was like, hey, like let me come out, let me just enjoy life a little bit. And then I
Yeah.
kind of like met somebody, but it didn't go anywhere because he was Hmong.
Hmm.
And definitely like my reputation and everything like that, like it just played a huge part because I don't know, he was just kind of like bragging about me and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
And it was just kind of like, oh, so I'm just like a trophy fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all
Yeah.
right, well, that's not really a good feeling. So like I cut it off and I had to step back.
Yeah.
And but then the good thing that came out of it though was, all right, I think I'm ready though, like to actually start like, getting to know people and like seeing what's out there. Cause that was like the first experience that I've had since my last relationship,
Hmm.
where it could have been a relationship. Like, I don't know, I
Right.
did just it was like a first experience for me in a while. So I'm
Yeah.
like, it sucked, but it also like made me feel like, hey, I think I am ready to kind of see what's out there.
Right.
Like, mm, but it's a lot harder though, for sure.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I have to have a conversation with them. I have to be honest. I'm like, oh, I do OnlyFans. So
Are you good? Are you not good?
yes, yeah. So it's like, because because I've gone on dates where I'm like, hey, I just gotta lay it right on the table. If you got a problem with it, you gotta get out.
Yeah, for real.
Hmm.
Are you doing? Do you do any like online dating at all, or like Tinder? I don't know what the other ones are. Bumble. Um.
Yes, I do online dating.
Okay.
I actually got banned from Tinder though,
What the hell?
because because okay, I actually started this my Tinder account when I started OnlyFans. I
Okay.
was trying to get more subscribers, so I put that out
Uh.
my career or my title was like a content creator on OnlyFans. So they
Mm-hmm.
banned my account
What?
because you're not supposed to like say anything. Like you're not supposed to like yeah anything that has to do with OnlyFans. Like you'll get banned from it.
Really?
Hmm.
I thought it would have
Yeah.
been like a good collab between the two brands. At least, right?
I know. No, they banned me. So I was like, damn. All right, that sucks. But I am on Hinge and Bumble. So
Okay.
I'm still trying to get used to like the new dating world because it's different now, especially because of the pandemic. So
I'll tell you straight up, if me and my girlfriend broke up right now, I would not know where to go or how to start. Like, we've been together for 6 years now, and it's like if we broke
wow.
up, I'd just be like, well, I don't know where to, I don't know how to talk to a girl right now. So it's totally
Hmm.
different. I know for a fact it's totally
Yeah.
different.
No, that's how it was when I got out of my last relationship. I was just like, damn, like, what do I do with myself now? Like, I have no idea. Like, I kind of felt like I just didn't even know who I was anymore. You
Hmm.
know, I was like, what do I do with myself? Where do I start? Who do I even hit up? It's just like a whole new world.
Do you think that's why we've jumped from relationship to relationship so fast? Is because we don't know what's coming next, or we don't know how to do it like by ourselves, so we're
Mhm.
just more comfortable with that second person in our life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like people just love having company. I mean, being alone is a very scary thing.
Hmm.
It's not easy at
Yeah.
all. Like, it's really not easy. And I think it's just, it feels nice to just have someone there. Kind of sucks
Yeah.
to say that, but uh, like a lot of people, yeah, they just kind of jump from relationship to relationship because it's familiar and they
Hmm.
just don't want to be alone. And but for me, I stepped outside of my comfort zone and I was like, yo, I really need to work on myself.
Which is
Uh,
good. Which is good.
mhm,
You have self-awareness for yourself to at least tell yourself that.
mhm. Oh yeah, and I feel like everybody should go to therapy. I swear to God, everybody should go to therapy. No, for real.
I don't
Like
think most people
I
know what that is.
I know. Like I was just like, dude, I know that it seems it's hard to talk to a stranger about your life and your problems, but
Hmm.
it's just I think what's very important about it is getting information out of it. Like it's just very informative. You really get to know about yourself
Yeah.
and you learn healthy ways to cope with your problems,
Hmm.
because I used to always just self-medicate. You know what I mean? Like I would
Yeah.
always just keep drinking. I would binge drink, like get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I barely would even remember what happened the night before. Like people would be like, "Oh, hey, we met like at Far East or like like at whatever, like
Yeah.
Unison." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm sorry. Like I don't remember you. Like I feel like
You're like,
complete
I went
shit."
to Unison?
Yeah, like I would feel like complete shit because I'm like most of the time when I went out, I was always getting fucked up.
Hmm.
So it's just like I would resort to alcohol and like, you know, all of that stuff
Yeah. I mean,
because
it happens, it happens. And,
mhm,
it takes a strong person and strong will to say that, hey, I do need help, or I do need to go talk to
mhm,
somebody, For
Oh, for
sure.
sure.
It's just like,
Yeah.
especially among men, we don't,
Mm,
or just men in general, we're like, you grow up with, hey, stop being a bitch, stop being, a pussy,
mm,
like be a man, and it's sad to
yeah.
say, but like that's the mentality that most men have, and they don't get to
Mhm.
express themselves. They don't get to, be vulnerable, and I mean, I think they would have a better understanding of themselves if they got that chance, but
Right.
unfortunately that's not the case,
Right. Nope, I completely agree with you for sure. Like, even just growing up and looking at my dad, like he never talked about emotions at all. He
Mhm.
never even cried, unless, like, of course, like when my grandpa passed away or like when my grandma passed away, like things like that, he allowed himself to, like break down in a sense, but not all the way. He
Right.
still had to keep his composure and
Mhm.
he's all about like pride and respect and honor, and
Yeah.
he yeah, like growing up, I mean, I love my dad, but he was just never there for me, like
Mhm.
physically, emotionally. He was just never there in my life at all, and I don't remember him ever like allowing himself to be present. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Yeah.
like kind of it's just growing up and seeing how that is with him, and then I ended up dating guys just like that, where they're very
Yeah.
emotionally unavailable,
Right.
or they're
Yeah.
very like yeah, it's just crazy, or they're not healthy in a mental space.
Mhm. And I think,
Mm,
I think the Hmong community is taking the right steps forward. We are
mm,
still pretty new to America, but what
mm-hmm.
we have to understand is we're in America now, we're not back in Thailand, we're not back in Laos, we're American, we're Hmong American, we can still represent Hmong people in the Hmong community in the best way possible, but at the same time, we're American and we need to start thinking like Americans. We have this freedom. Why
Right.
not? Why not take advantage of this freedom and pursue what we want to pursue, or go to therapy or go see a doctor even, because I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of Hmong people. I know a lot of Hmong parents be a doctor, but don't go see one. you know
Yes, oh my God, that is so true. They refuse to go. Like,
yes.
I don't, like they'll just like, drink their Hmong medicine
Yeah.
or make like boiled
Yeah.
chicken or something. And it's
It's
like,
like, is this FDA approved? Just like, no, just drink it. It was like, oh, like,
yeah.
okay.
And it's just like we just do it anyway because it's like whatever. But then surprisingly, it does help though. So it's like
Surprisingly, it
what?
does. Uh, I swear, I don't know. Some doctor needs to come, or somebody needs to come and test all these Hmong medications out because it
For
works.
real.
It works.
It really, really does. It's crazy.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, like it's definitely really hard out there. I do acknowledge like the problems that and the battles that men in general face too. So it's hard, but like I said, like I recommend therapy for everybody. Like at least just try once or
Yeah.
twice. And like I said, it's just important to learn a lot and apply that to your everyday life.
Hmm.
I'm not perfect. Like I still love to go out. Like I love drinking. Like that's my problem because it's
Same
like I
here.
love drinking. Yeah, but I had to like recently, especially recently,
Hmm.
I had to really, really step back and just not come around anymore. Like I
Yeah.
really had to take a step back and just, cut it off.
Hmm. You had to
Hmm.
chill. You had to take a step back, take a chill pill, and kind of rewind
Hmm.
yourself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
understandable.
yeah, like I had to like because I just kind of felt like damn, like it was really just weighing me down, like drinking all the time and going out. And it's like I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing it for so long, bro. So it's just like, damn, like I'm kind of like reaching that point in my life where it's like I'm more appreciative of just normal everyday life,
Hmm.
you know? And I like spend quality time now, like with my best friend, with my cousins, and I have two dogs that need my attention.
Right.
So it's like, and now I'm kind of like switching, like working on like doing a career change,
Okay.
and like, yeah, like there's just a lot that I'm focused on more now, like more like organic, meaningful things,
Yeah.
and not like the superficial, like, oh my God, you're Gloria Yang, you're OnlyFans girl, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like just all
Yeah.
that shit, like it
Like
just
that
doesn't matter to
persona,
me.
right?
Yeah. Like
Hmm.
for the longest, I felt like I had to like put up an image, and I was constantly trying to prove myself to everybody. Like I would argue with the internet trolls. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like clapping back and shit like that. But like finally, I'm just like, occasionally, if I got time and I feel like being petty, I'll like react, like I'll haha
Right.
or like
Yeah.
some shit. But now like I'm just kind of like, dude, none of that even matters anymore,
Right.
honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of your day by day, what is your day by day schedule? I know you're still doing OnlyFans. You just said
Yeah.
you're kind of doing a career change right now. So what kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, what's your day by day schedule like?
Oh yeah. So I did just get a job. I'm working corporate now.
Okay.
So yeah, I do have a bachelor's degree. I do want to say that to people because they think I'm just some dumb bimbo, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey, I went to college, all right. Um, but yeah, like I'm
What'd
in
you go
corporate
for?
right now, marketing
Oh,
communication.
nice. Okay.
Yeah. I minored in international studies, and
Oh,
yeah, I even studied abroad in Europe
oh,
for a spring
fun.
semester my sophomore year. Uh-huh.
Nice.
It was lit.
I bet.
And yeah, it was super lit. Like I want to go back, especially to London. It's
Okay.
amazing. Expensive, but it's amazing. Um, yeah, like right now I just got a new job. So I just started this position. I'm on week 4 now, so it's very new.
Okay.
But I literally wake up at 6 a.m. every day now because I have to take my dogs out. I just got a new dog.
Yeah.
So, okay, so my firstborn, he just turned 1 in September.
Nice.
And I took in another dog because she was rehomed twice and then she needed somebody and she was in pretty bad shape. So
Hmm.
I took her in. She's 2 years old. So they're both still really young.
Yeah.
So I wake up like 6 in the morning, I walk my dogs, take them out, feed them breakfast. Then I get ready and I get myself ready for the day. And I've been making smoothies for breakfast.
Okay.
And I'll just log in my computer right at 7 a.m. because that's when my shift starts. I work from home, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That
I work from
must be
home.
nice.
Oh, it's very nice. I made sure that I got a work from home position. Yes.
Nice.
And yeah, like basically I work my day shift, 7 to 3:30 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. Oh my God, 7 to 3:30 p.m. And when I get off work, I just again take my dogs out. I love watching Netflix. I probably should work out, but I don't really work out anymore.
I don't either. I got a beer belly. It's okay.
I mean, I was really in shape when I competed for the pageant, but like now I know that I definitely got thicker. But yeah, like basically I work, so take care of my dogs, work, watch Netflix, catch up with my shows. And then if I'm really, really bored, I just have like some of my friends come over and we just chill in my apartment.
Nice.
So yeah. So that's honestly my every day-to-day life. Like I honestly live a really like boring, normal, interesting.
Normal
Yeah,
life.
it's just
Yeah.
boring, normal
I mean,
life.
there's really nothing wrong about normal, to be very honest.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, I think a lot of people would love to have a normal life.
Yeah. Because like, I don't know, like this is how I feel about today's world. I feel like everybody's trying to be somebody. They're trying so hard to go viral
Hmm.
or, like be well known or fit in, or they're trying to just prove themselves to people that don't even know them. And because social media has become so important. And
Right.
I'm just going to say straight up, if I didn't make money off of social media, I wouldn't even be on it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because I realized I missed out on so much in my life because
Hmm.
of social media,
Yeah.
you know? And I always tell people, I'm like, if you're not even monetizing yourself, or utilizing social media to make money, there's really no point in being so invested in it.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because it's
true.
like, it's what are you doing? You're just fucking up your mentality. You're
Yeah.
so like, people are so into the drama, so interested in other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they don't even focus on themselves. So
Right.
it's like, what are you even doing with
Yeah.
yourself at this point?
I
You
think
know?
about I think about TikTok when you say that. It's like I know
Mm.
it's addicting. I was never a fan of TikTok. I had my girl delete her TikTok because she was there sitting on the couch for like 3 to 5
Damn.
hours, just swiping up and looking at videos. I was like, it's nighttime. Do you even realize it's nighttime? It's like it's not. I don't think it's a healthy thing. Like if you're able
Right.
to, look at a couple of videos and then stop and then go about your day. But if it's like you're there for like 3 hours, 5 hours, swiping
Yeah.
up, looking at 6 seconds, 12-second videos for 3
Right.
hours, like im- do the math. That's a lot of videos. you
It
know.
is. I am on TikTok. Like, when I first started my TikTok account, I was like, oh man, this shit is fun. Like, I was just like randomly like just creating like, random videos. And it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is very entertaining, but it's just when it starts to like fuck up with your mentality, where
hmm
that's when you need to like take a step back, because with social media also comes a lot of hate. I mean, at
Yeah.
least for me, like, I've experienced like the worst of the worst
Yes,
when it
you
comes to
have.
social media.
I
I have
agree.
like, it really did break me down. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it really,
hmm
really like sent me to a dark place where I didn't know if I wanted to live anymore,
Right.
because like, people just acted like they knew me. Like, I would have, and like, I even had people that did grow up with me or know me turn on me. And it's
Man.
just like, wow, what the fuck? I couldn't even trust like my own like blood family members. Like, I don't even really talk to my parents till this day. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I went through with social media that just made me realize, damn, like, is this even worth it? Like, and just being on social media. But I kept
Right.
pushing because it was the money that kept me motivated. I
Yeah.
know that's like really bad, but I was like, fuck, I've made it this far in life already. Like, I
You
do
might as
need
well.
money.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like, keep pushing type of
like I've
thing.
said, I do
Mm-hmm.
respect, your mentality and your hustle,
Mm-hmm.
throughout, this whole the whole process, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're Facebook famous for the whole thing and then even more
Mm-hmm.
Facebook famous just to be controversial and OnlyFans. And
Yeah.
then, it's I saw it as like you took advantage
Mm-hmm.
of it, made money from it, still making money from it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you said, as long as you're making money from it and as long as you're,
Yeah.
you're okay now, it's like
I
how,
still
you
have
know.
my days,
Oh
because
yeah,
like,
definitely.
yeah, like going through the things that I went through, with everybody saying every possible horrible shit about me,
Mhm.
making up all these rumors. Like, a lot of the things that were said about me were not even true.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, like, people would take advantage of the situation, steal my content, leak it around, like,
Mhm.
laugh at me. Like, it was just crazy. And for the longest time, like, I lost who I was. Like, I
Right.
didn't even know who I was anymore. And I was just like, damn, like, am I really like what people say I am? Like, for
Mhm.
example, like, people on Reddit were saying that I got fat. They're like, man, she's fat. Da, da, da. I'm just like, damn, like, I'm like healthy. Like, what the fuck? Because growing up, I was always like, well, when I was a kid, I was chubby. And then in high school, I had a fucking severe eating disorder and I became
Mhm.
skinny as hell. And I've always been known as, like, ever since high school, I was known as that slim, skinny girl. And then, like, of course, now that I'm reaching 30, I'm a fucking woman now.
You're
I
right.
gained some weight and people are
Right.
like, dude, she got fat. Like, it's just like a lot of like horrible stuff that people were saying. And I definitely lost myself for a while,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it's tough to like see all of that going on. And then,
Yeah. And I don't like for most
mm,
people, I don't I'm not Facebook famous, or I'm not even well known.
Not
But
yet.
not yet. Exactly.
Not yet.
Exactly. I like it.
Mhm.
But no, to get backlash like that, I wouldn't even know how to handle it.
Mhm.
I did go through a similar thing with the town I used to be in. Don't really want to go
Mhm.
get into it, but I mean, like I've witnessed it, I've experienced it. Oh yeah, it's bad. Some days,
Yeah.
some days you're just like, what? Like, why am I even thinking about this right now? You know what I mean? Like some days it'll tear you down
Mhm.
when you're at your best, and then something just kind of triggers it a
Mhm.
little bit, and it just ruins the whole thing. But I do
Yeah.
understand that mentality of being kind of, I guess canceled would be not the right word
Mhm.
ish. I don't know,
I
but
mean, for me, yeah, it applies.
yeah, but I guess.
It does.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just different, especially with Hmong people. Like Reddit, I didn't even know Hmong people were on Reddit. Like they're not even on
Oh,
Twitter. Like
you
I
would
don't
be
know.
surprised.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I because there was like and like acted confident to the world because I didn't want anybody to know like where I was at, like
Mm-hmm.
in my head. And I was just see like horrible shit. Like it was just crazy. Like like I was surprised to like find people talking about me on Reddit and all of that type of stuff. I was like, holy shit, like this it's really such a big deal to these people. Like what the fuck? Because I was just never like used to like being in a light like this, especially in a negative light.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so I was just like, damn, like all over like a relationship. And like now like OnlyFans, which everybody's on now,
Yeah.
and one of your biggest like Hmong female artists are on it now, and they don't, and you guys put me through all that for what?
Just
Mhm.
to go subscribe to you. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's just me. Like I feel more comfortable being honest now because time has passed and things have quieted down for me.
Hmm.
So now it's like I'm more comfortable in being honest that hell yeah, I was going through a lot, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
I do
It's
want to
crazy.
touch. I do want to touch base. How was your experience with the Isabelle interview? Because I know the whole thing kind of blew up, and that whole thing, a lot of people had something to say about it. So
There's so
I know it
many.
was a while ago.
Yeah.
I know she took the
Hmm.
video down because I couldn't
Hmm.
find it to kind of rewatch it and to study it. But
Hmm.
how was that experience?
You know, Isabel and I are like really great acquaintances, and we've had some good time together. We went out together a couple of times. But when we did the video, we were drinking before it, so that probably wasn't the best choice. Like me and her were just like, "Nah, we're just gonna have one glass of wine," and then that one glass turned to two, and I don't know. Next thing you know, we like finished that whole bottle,
Yeah.
and so we did that interview, and we were kind of just like talking to each other like how we normally would without the cameras off, without like with the cameras off. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Me and her were just kind of like talking to each other like how we would normally,
right.
and uh it just kind of came out the way that it did. And um and I did, I did go back and watch the video before it was taken down, and I understood why like some people got upset, especially when I made a comment about how Hmong guys are not circumcised. What I meant to say was the guys that I've been with. I don't know. Like there are
Okay.
things there are things that I like said that I did kind of wish I worded it differently, but it was meant to be like lighthearted and funny,
Yeah.
like
I mean, I took it that you guys looked like you guys had a blast. So I was just like, oh, they were just friends talking to each other. You know what I mean?
yes, and we were drunk. And so it just came off. really bad because we weren't professional. We were just like two friends hanging out, like girls like time. And we kind of just said whatever because that's kind of how like most podcasts are, like especially when
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about sex or you're talking about love and relationships, you tend to kind of just say like whatever.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I'm sure you watch like Timothy Delegado or Chantaransu,
oh
like
yeah.
yeah, like his podcast, like they just be talking about like funny stuff like sex and stuff. And I think that was a direction where we were headed towards, but it wasn't received very well.
The Hmong community has a long way to go when perceiving or even watching as watchers content, because I think when they watch like Timothy Delgado's content, they're like, oh yeah, that's hilarious, and then they come and watch
Hmm.
something like you and Isabella, and then they're like, oh, what the fuck, you know what I mean, I'm offended now,
Yeah,
it's like,
they were
well,
so pissed. Like, dude, I
yeah,
got like death threats over that.
what
I was
the
like, y'all
fuck.
really gonna kill me over this video? Like, honestly, I just thought it was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
I'm
fucked.
I am very argumentative. Like I do realize I have a mouth on me.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times when I have to like really pull myself back because I tend to like mouth off and I shouldn't, but like I do. But no, like when they're sending me death threats, I was like, come on, like get the fuck over it.
over
Like it
over a
was,
video because you're not
yeah,
circumcised, come on, guy. What the fuck.
like I like said a few things, and of course everybody was just like freaking pissed off. And I was just like, yo, like it is what it is, and
Yeah.
um I think I was already going through a lot anyways, because my breakup was so fresh and my
Mm-hmm.
whole OnlyFans leak was starting to happen. And when I did
Yeah.
that video, I was kind of like, yo, like fuck it.
I was just throw it out there to see what happens.
Yeah. I was just like, fuck it. Let's just let's just do it. Cause we literally just thought of it like the day of, and then I just came over
Oh,
like to her
nice.
apartment and we just made the video.
Sometimes those are the best videos, are just the unplanned videos.
Yeah. I don't know
Hmm.
what happened to it, but like, I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know.
It was entertaining for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I already knew that it was not going to be received well, but like,
Of course not.
I was
You
just
have
like, dude, fuck
the
it.
the two most controversial Hmong women in the Hmong
Hmm.
community together in one room talking. It was never a
Yeah.
good plan.
That's like a recipe for disaster in
Yeah,
people's
exactly,
eyes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Mhm. Yo, like I've been canceled so many times in the community, and I'm just like, you know what? It's all good. Like, but this is the thing about me. Like, I don't define myself um like, by my status in the community. Like, I
Yeah.
really don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I am who I am, and I have
Hmm.
real life to live outside of the social media world. So it's
Definitely.
just like, you know, I mean, it took a while, but now I'm very I feel like I'm quite grounded now, where I'm
That's
like, I
good.
don't really need to be on Facebook. That's why I deactivated my Facebook because I was
Right.
like, I don't need it,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Going back to OnlyFans, I know we kind of the whole time we kind
Yeah.
of just went off. I
Jump
did
down.
I did really want to I did really want to ask, what is the weirdest request you've gotten from
Oh
OnlyFans?
my God. Yo, I've gotten some weird requests. Like I had this guy, oh my God, so weird. He he said he wanted to suck the farts out my ass.
Oh, okay.
That was really weird. There was another request where this guy, he like wanted me to do like a piss video.
Really?
Yes. And like
Mm.
he was like so like persistent with it. He's just like, please, please, please. And I was just like, I'm sorry. Like anything with bodily fluids, like poop or pee or any of that, like that is just
Mhm.
not for me. I
Yeah.
am not gonna do that for you. Like this is not two girls in one cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not two girls in one cup. Oh my God. Like, yeah, like he was just like, he wouldn't stop bothering me for like a couple of days. Like he wanted like a piss video so bad. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
How much did he
Uh
offer?
um
If you don't mind saying the number, or
well, I like he offered 300. Was like, oh, like even if I wanted to do it, let's say I wanted to do it, I would not do it for 300.
yeah,
I would charge
yeah, it's
way more for that.
definitely a lot of. I
Yeah.
mean, from you know interviews that I've seen from OnlyFans girls, from like No Jumper,
Mhm.
the No Jumper podcast from Adam 22. I don't know if
Oh,
you
I
listen to it.
love Adam 20. I watched that podcast
Yeah,
religiously.
it's somewhere, someone or a podcast where I kind of strive to be at. Always
Mhm.
controversial, but also giving entertainment and information. Yeah, but I
Yes.
mean, I've seen one of the videos, and people offer thousands of dollars for piss videos, poop videos. You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
$300. I mean, it's a lot to some people, but
No.
then for that type of content, that's not a lot at
Mm-mm.
all, really. Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, like that's how much I charge already for like just like a 5 minute video or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yeah.
up there. I charge quite a bit.
Yeah.
I did lower my rates though as time went on, but like it's still up there. So I'm like, really? Like even if I wanted to do a piss video, I would definitely charge your ass like way more than just $300.
Yeah. Definitely.
Um, but that was like way too weird because I feel like a lot of my videos that I do, like it has to be organic. Like I have to actually enjoy myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like if it's something that makes me really uncomfortable, I'm like, hell no. Like I'm not gonna fake it for the cam. Like I'm trying to give you me like authentically. And I
Yeah.
can't do it if I'm not comfortable with your request.
Right.
Yeah. So weird. And there's like this other request, like I don't know why, but I actually got this a lot. Um, like I get a lot of guys that want me to like degrade them. Like I don't know if it's because they like it, but they want me to like talk shit about their like private part and literally like talk down on them, like degrade them and insult them.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of that too, from No Jumpers podcast. I hear a lot
Mhm.
of OnlyFan girls talking about that too, and I don't.
Mhm.
To me personally, I'm not into that. I don't know, but
Your girlfriend's probably like, what the
yeah,
hell? Watching this, like, what?
I'm not
Yeah.
into it. But I mean, to each their own. But I mean, ha- have you taken those requests?
No.
Oh, okay.
I I don't know. Honestly, I just don't feel good when I'm like putting someone down because it's like,
Mm,
what the hell? Like, I just don't find that sexy. Like for
okay.
me, I'm just like it's kind of funny because a lot of people that meet me, like especially guys,
Yeah.
when guys meet me, they think that I'm like this dominant. Like I like to be dominant in bed and like like hit them and whip them and do all that kinky, violent
Yeah.
shit. But I'm like, you know what? I'm actually kind of vanilla, like in a way where I don't really enjoy pain or like degrading somebody. I just don't find that sexy.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no, I
no.
don't take on those requests.
Okay, what is the weirdest request you've taken then? You can take another shot.
God.
You can take another shot for this one.
I'm like trying to think of like because I feel like a lot of the requests that I take are not as weird. Like I think I don't know, they're pretty generic, I feel, because I think the riskiest one I ever took was in a fitting room at the mall. And somebody
Oh,
actually
okay.
walked in on me. Like I am gonna take a shot to this, like,
Yeah.
cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a pussy. Like I get kind of paranoid because like a lot of my fans like they want me to like do something adventurous, like they do just do public content or something like
Mm,
somewhere risky, out in public, outdoors. Uh, so I was just like, okay. So one day I went shopping at the mall and I hid my dildo in my purse.
okay.
So I like went in Victoria's Secrets and I like just pretended to shop around and I grabbed like a couple of lingerie and I went to go try them on in the fitting room. So I was like, all right, coast is clear. I'm gonna just do a little tease and like, like use my toy on me and like do
Mm-hmm.
all that sexy shit like in the fitting room because
Yeah.
obviously they have a really big mirror
Right.
and like this little like not chair but just something to sit
Stool.
on. Yeah. So I was like, whatever. So I'm just literally like just getting into it, right? Like I'm literally recording myself, like getting into this. And then I like heard somebody just open like the doorknob, like just turn the doorknob. I was like, oh fuck. I threw my fucking dildo in my purse because it was hanging. And I just threw it in there and I was like naked. Like I got up real fast. I was like holding myself like this. And the worker was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
What
But
the
her
hell?
dumbass like stood there for like a couple of seconds just looking at me like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she like shuts the door. And I was like, this is so awkward. Like I luckily pressed stop on my camera, so like on my phone, so like it stopped recording right when she like when I heard the door not turning. I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell? So I just like threw my dildo in my purse, got up, was covering myself, and she obviously I was like nude from head to toe,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just like, I mean, I'm so sorry, and she just kept apologizing, and I was like, this is just like mad awkward. Uh,
Aren't they supposed to
and
knock
then
before coming in?
that's yeah, she's like, I'm so sorry, your light was not on. I didn't think anybody was there, and I was just like, it's okay. And then I got dressed. I was like, fuck this. I'm going home.
Oh
I was so
man.
scared because you can get in trouble for that type of shit. You
Mm-hmm.
definitely can get fined and in trouble for doing like that type of content or whatever
Yeah.
out in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just scary as hell. Like I was like, damn, this is fucking scary.
First and last time, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'll do it again, but
Price has to
probably
be
not.
right.
Yeah, probably not at that Victoria's Secret. I'll do it at a different.
At a different one.
No, but that is like probably the riskiest request I've taken. But aside from like weird requests, I haven't taken any. Like it's just like very generic, like
Yeah.
normal, like cam girl stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
that one was definitely challenging for me.
Yeah,
I
man.
was like,
Oh
what the?
man.
My heart stopped. I was like, what the fuck? God.
I appreciate the story.
Yeah,
Have you ever thought about doing
yeah.
Twitch and stuff like that?
A lot of people have brought that up to me, and nobody really knows this about me, but I actually do enjoy playing games, but I'm more of like The Sims.
Oh, okay.
Like I love playing The Sims, but this is the thing though. Like I make my shit lit. Like when I play Sims, I download all like the mods, like them special mods
Oh,
for
okay.
Sims.
Yeah.
And I just like create like the most like fucked up storylines ever, like with my family. Like I just destroy their lives.
Some people might be into it, you know. A lot of people are into, just that story type games, So it's,
Mhm.
wear something sexy while you're playing, and then maybe that will be another stream of income because I know a lot of gamer girls, they get a lot of income from Twitch and all that stuff too, just wearing something sexy while playing games.
Right. Yeah, like if I were to ever start Twitch, I probably would just play like Grand Theft Auto or like, I love games like that where you're like in a storyline.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. I mean, like shooting games and all that, they're like fun, but I like the storylines,
Okay.
because you can improvise and you could just like go off on your own and like
Yeah.
do
Make
your
your
own
own
thing.
story.
I've thought about it, but I don't know. Like right now, I just don't really have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have this new job, and then I
Yeah.
just took in a rescue dog, and where I rescued a dog, and I do still do OnlyFans. So it's like I don't think I have time for that right now.
For Twitch,
Mm.
yeah, definitely. Are you doing OnlyFans content like every day now or still, or is it coming to like every other day or just whenever somebody requests something?
I used to do it like every other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll log in every single day, but I used to post content often. But ever since like the policy change, like that was so stupid. Have you heard about it? The OnlyFans policy change thing? You didn't
Which
know about it?
one?
Well, the thing is, OnlyFans wanted to ban like sexually explicit content and nudity, right?
Yeah, I heard that one.
But they faced a lot of backlash from all sex workers. Because
Right.
I'm on Twitter and I'm telling you, y'all, if you guys want news, Twitter is the place to be. I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding you. You
I don't
think
think
Facebook is woke? Hell no.
I don't
Not
think
compared to Twitter.
most people is ready for Twitter, man.
Yeah, like Twitter has been around since I was like 19. But
Hmm.
like now it's definitely like the go-to source. Like it's just like the first for anything.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love Twitter. So yeah, they faced a lot of backlash. And then they took it back.
Right.
Like they
Yeah.
took it back and was like, oh, we're not gonna ban it anymore. And then they started promoting sex workers now on their platform. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my
okay.
God. But before they took it back, I started going through all of my posts and started deleting a lot of my like explicit content because I thought that we weren't allowed to do it anymore. So I
Oh.
started clearing out my shit and I was like, all right, fresh new start, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like after the policy change, I did lose quite a bit of subscribers. And then I don't know, like I think it was just the timing because I already did plan on not doing it full time anymore.
Yeah.
So when that whole policy change or whatever scandal was going on, I got like my new job
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, like I don't know, like I just wasn't really worried,
So
you know?
you were kind of ready for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, there
I
you go
just feel
again.
like you should never.
Always thinking ahead.
Yeah, no, like this is the thing. Like you always got to plan ahead. You can never be comfortable.
Hmm.
Like you just can never be comfortable. You always got to
Right.
constantly just think of like a backup plan because anything can happen, anything can change.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like I already got like a new job, so I was kind of like, okay, it just. I mean, yeah, I was a little worried because like obviously like starting from the ground up in corporate,
Hmm.
you're not going to make as much money as you would as a sex worker.
Right.
Uh, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm ready. So
Hmm.
it didn't really affect me as I thought it would.
Does does OnlyFans come into play when you're applying for a new job at all? Like, does it affect?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, I don't think it's a big deal
Okay.
because unless you're someone that's incredibly famous,
Oh, okay.
then they'd be like, okay, like if you make like a huge impact in their corporate,
Hmm.
then yeah, they would probably be like, all right, like no, like let's say like they're like fucking Amber Rose or
Right.
like somebody that's like super like a celebrity status, like really,
Yeah.
really super well known that could affect the corporate, then it's like, okay, I guess they would have to reevaluate, but they don't really dig in that deep because my OnlyFans was never really an issue.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good
my
then. Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
maybe if it's a private company though, like if you work for a smaller private
oh,
company where everybody knows everyone, then yeah, I think that would be a problem.
right.
And if you're like a teacher, an educator, or like something more conservative along those lines, then
Yo.
yeah, you definitely will get fired.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of teachers. They've started OnlyFans and then they got fired from their teaching job.
Yes, I've seen that too. And there's some hot
Hmm.
teachers. I'm like, sheesh, just quit. Stop being an educator. Just do OnlyFans and yeah.
Right. Might as well.
Yeah.
But have you
Mhm.
collabed with any like Hmong people that is into OnlyFans at all?
I have. I collaborated with two.
Okay.
Um, and I won't say their names, but yeah, I collaborated with two. Well, we didn't really do like anything sexual or anything. But we just like took like sexy pictures.
Oh,
There was
okay.
one girl where we did like a live stream together on OnlyFans. It was a lot of
Hmm.
fun. And the most we did was like made out, but like we weren't like straight fucking each other or anything like that.
Right. Right.
But we were just like drinking, getting lit, and having fun. That was fun. But after that, I just didn't really like take on any more collabs anymore because I don't know. I think I just was not in like a good headspace
Okay.
to, yeah, like take on anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I had fun. But after a while, I was like, I don't even think I really want to like continue doing this. So I was like, I don't want to like bring on other people on my platform if I'm gonna end up deleting the content later.
Right. You're slowly kind of getting out of it, would you say, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I know my like subscribers gonna be kind of sad that I'm saying this, but it's like I'm still on there, guys. But it's like I'm just not gonna be on there like full time anymore.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like realistically, I have to look at myself where I'm at. And it's like if I'm not gonna be a full on like adult porn star, like there's really like nowhere to go. And like eventually I'm gonna get older. People
Mm-hmm.
age. I don't
Yeah.
think people realize that. And there's a lot
Yeah.
of beautiful younger girls that like I'm sure that they want to go and subscribe to. But for me, it's like I'm ready for new things.
Definitely. You're ready to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still keep an OnlyFans? Because I know OnlyFans is not specifically for sex workers and adult
Yeah.
entertainment. Would you kind of just keep that platform, keep that profile, just to get to know your fans, or just to keep talking to your fans? Because I think Kalia Universe has a OnlyFans, and she talks to her fans through that way. I don't know if she does any like I doubt she does any explicit like photos or anything on that. I think she uses it just to
I
get to
think I've seen her do
closer.
some sexy, like
Oh, okay.
borderline nudity.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I've well, I mean, I'm not on OnlyFans, so I wouldn't know,
Sex
but
sells.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Sex and
Mm-hmm.
controversy. That's why I like, having those topics on my podcast,
Mm-hmm.
but but yeah, would you kind of just have go forward with OnlyFans that way if you're not going to be if you're going trying to get out of the adult entertainment industry, or not
Oh yeah,
industry, but
a
that
hundred
platform.
percent. 100%. Like I feel like I could still post stuff like on there that I wouldn't post anywhere else. Like when I went to the
Hmm.
strip club, like I had a great time at like one of our biggest strip clubs here in Minneapolis. And like I posted some videos on there and I can't post that anywhere else.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, like I definitely would love to like post like a little more like, like still have like explicit, intimate interactions like with my fans. Like that's fine. But eventually it's like, where am I gonna go with it,
Right.
Like
Yeah.
down the road? Because it's either you keep up with it or you take it to a whole new other direction, or it's just gonna die down if you don't keep up with it.
That's true
And like
too.
you don't know like what's gonna change years from now,
True.
you know.
True.
There's always going to be a new platform, something new that's gonna, pop up. And there's always gonna be somebody new too. Like
Right.
I had my good run, for that whole like this whole like year or so. Like,
Yeah.
but like now I'm like,
I think
whoa,
I think everybody's kind of, they're ready for some new drama.
I know,
They're
like
ready for a new season with different characters.
for real. No, like that's the thing though that I just want to be completely transparent about is
Hmm.
especially in the Hmong community. I know that there might be some people that it's going to be upset that I'm saying this, but there's just so many. I mean, there's just so many opportunities that you can go for. Like it
Yeah.
seems limited because we are more in a tight knit, smaller space.
Yeah.
So, like being a public figure, strictly just catering to the Hmong people, there's only so much that you can do. You know,
Right.
and you can
Right.
only go so far if you're just focusing in that circle, though. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like people like Suni Lee and Better Song, like they went beyond that.
Right.
That's different. But I'm saying like if you're just like super focused on just like that specific community, there's still a lot of growing that we need to do. There's
Yeah.
still a lot of like we're still slowly changing and we have a lot
Hmm.
of changes we need to adapt to. But I just feel like there comes a time when like especially as a Hmong woman when you get older and you're like a public figure, like people is going to want somebody younger than you, somebody newer,
Definitely.
um because that's just the reality of it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, well, where are you going to go with this,
Right.
there comes a time where it's like your time's going to be over and you're going to have to pass the torch to somebody else,
Yeah.
you know and like I'm very realistic in that way because it's different when you're a celebrity like fucking Kim Kardashian. They're making millions, billions, whatever. She's a billionaire now. So it's
Yeah.
like that's different. But in the Hmong community, there's only so much money that you can make, and you have to
Hmm.
find it, you have to go and get it. Like that's
Yeah.
just how it is. And I'm realistic where I knew that I had like my year, whatever,
Yeah.
and now that it's calmed down, like I took a step back, found myself again,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, like there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna do it even better, and I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be like, yo, go, you like go for it. I'll be
Right. Right.
encouraging like
Yeah.
on the sidelines because that's the type of person I am.
Hmm.
Um, I'm never gonna knock anyone down at all. So, but that's just kind of how I feel. I feel like my time is over, like I'm
Yeah.
kind of like reaching at that point where it's like, do I want to continue being like a sex worker like in my 30s? Like, I don't think it's sustainable for me because realistically, I'm not a celebrity
Hmm.
where I'm making millions.
Right. Right.
I only make enough for myself, especially with the
Hmm.
small platform that I have.
Yeah.
And I just have to move on sooner or later.
Yeah. Definitely. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's good to know, and that's again great self-awareness for yourself to
Mm-hmm.
know when your time is up, know when to hang it up, and have the next
Mm-hmm.
generation or next person take that and run along even further with it wherever you kind of
Right.
stopped. I mean,
Right.
you
And
you had
it's
a great
different.
run. You had a great run.
I did,
Yeah, but I mean, you
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 know,
led you led the way, had plenty of people, look that way, and who's ever next
yeah,
is, has that opportunity open because has that opportunity and that lane open because of you. So
right.
if you think about it that way, you kind of forged a way for a new opportunity for men and women in this
Mm-hmm.
platform that most people would never even think about getting themselves
Right.
into.
And like it does, like, I mean, it may seem a little pessimistic that I'm saying that, but like honestly, it's not like sad for me at all. Like
Hmm.
I'm happy to move on.
Yeah.
And these are just my experiences. Like this is
Right.
just my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences. It doesn't define like another person. I'm
Hmm.
just speaking from how I see it for me, But yeah, like what you said, like there's gonna be someone that's gonna run with it and do even bigger, better things. And I think that would be awesome,
Hmm.
but one thing's for sure, I did not mean or intend for all of that to happen. Like I woke up one day and I was like, shit, my news are leaked. I was like, damn. Like
Damn.
I was just like, fuck. Like I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later, but
Yeah.
I was just like, it just happened like too soon, like way too, like it just happened way too fast. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what the heck? It was like one thing after another. And I was like, oh shit, like this is crazy. Like
Hmm.
this is not something that I intended to happen. But sometimes that's how it is though,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
I mean, you just
It's
have to
crazy.
play with the hand you're dealt with, and I think you've played very well with the hand you've been dealt with. You know, very self-aware, very brave, very, and you have a big set of balls to be able to handle all this hate and all this cyberbullying and s- all these things that you've endured in the career and in the community that is supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be so lovable, so tight knit with each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, and it's great to have conversations with people that don't have a good experience with the Hmong community,
Right.
because it shines a light
Yeah.
on to our community and say, hey, we need to do better. We need
Yeah.
what happened to Hmong loving Hmong people.
Yeah.
Is it
I
just the same,
just
or
personally, I do feel sad that my experience in the Hmong community was very bad. Like I kind of felt like I feel very secluded and alone because when I was going through all this, it's crazy because before that happened to me, I was like volunteering for like women empowerment groups.
Mm-hmm.
None of them spoke up for me, by the way. Nobody even came out and said anything. Everybody was very hush hush. Like I like literally went through this shit like alone. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even playing with you. Like I
Yeah.
already don't have a lot of I grew up with not a lot of family or like support anyway, like from my
Mm-hmm.
parents. It's always been a rocky relationship with me and my parents.
Right.
Even before my taboo relationship, even before all that, I already had like a rocky relationship with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was super tough
Yeah.
going through all that because like nobody spoke up for me. No, like I like there was a lot of times when I wish somebody would like be brave enough to use their platform to stick up for me, or like, because some people preach so much about female empowerment, this and that, but they don't even say shit. And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, like this is a great example, maybe not ideal, but it's a great example to speak up,
Right.
but nobody did. They didn't have the balls. And so like, yeah, like most definitely, like I had to like go through all of this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And um but I like made it, it was not easy. And I
Of
don't
course
wish this
not.
upon anybody. Like I really
Yeah.
don't wish this upon anyone, not even my worst enemy. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, damn, it's very heavy
For sure.
and painful stuff.
Yeah.
So like I am kind of sad that my experience with the community was not a good one at all.
Right. And
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, like I said, the Hmong community sees this, listens to this, and kind of hear you out, or just hear us out and
Mhm.
saying that there are things we need to improve on for sure as a community, but we have to be open
Mhm.
minded. We have to watch what we say to people. I mean, just be a kind person,
Yeah,
and
like hold yourselves accountable,
yeah,
honestly. But like most importantly, just like be honest with yourself, you know? Like
hmm
I mean, it goes out for everybody, like even like the public figures, everyone. I kind of feel like just be authentic, be yourself, like practice what you preach,
right,
walk, walk the talk.
right, exactly.
Yeah. hmm So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we
Well,
talked about a lot of deep stuff.
well, I mean that's why I love my platform. Like I said, it's very free flowing. It's kind of all over the place, but we do get a lot of things talked about that, I feel like you don't get to talk about with other podcasts. Other podcasts, they
hmm
have their agendas. They want to talk about certain things. For me, I like to talk about the nitty gritty stuff, the raw stuff, the how you feel really about this
hmm
situation, about this topic. And I'm grateful to have a little bit of an audience to actually listen, to actually
hmm
say, hey, like, yeah, that was a pretty good episode, but
Yeah.
moving forward, like you've said, what's next for Gloria Yang?
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I am openly dating now. So that's something that's I think is
Okay,
exciting. Yes.
are you having people shoot their shot into your DMs, or
uh
I have a couple
I'm using
cousins.
I'm using dating apps now. So I'm not on Facebook. Uh I don't check my DMs, if I'm
Okay.
being really honest, unless it's like business related or if it's like friends or if we follow each other already, then yeah,
Mhm.
I'll check my DMs. Um but no, if guys are trying to shoot their shots in my DM, that's not gonna work.
Oh,
Definitely
okay.
not gonna work. I'm most likely just gonna skip over you. Yeah.
You guys gotta get on Bumble. Gotta get on the other
Yeah.
one. I forgot what the other one was
Yeah.
called.
Hinge.
Hinge.
Hinge. Yes. I'm just, like, and like, I want to tell the guys out there, when a girl has a question box in their Instagram story, do not shoot your shot on there. Like, that is just corny. Cause I was trying to, cause I want to film a truth or drink video for my YouTube for fun.
Oh yeah,
And
I
I'm
think
like, yeah,
I saw that story. I was
yeah,
actually I was like, man, that's such a good idea. I might have to steal it, you know?
you have to. I swear to God,
I
you
will
have
I will
to.
be in your episode if you let me.
It's amazing. No, trust me, it's like I watch like other YouTubers, it's hilarious. But yeah, like and then I got like a couple of dudes just like, can I take you out to dinner? Like all these like weird shit. I was like, dude, this is about my YouTube video. Like this is just not the way to go about it. Like if you're trying to get my attention, this is you're gonna get blocked instead.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't work. But yeah, no, I'm openly dating right now. I think it's pretty fun. Like I'm just getting to know people. I think that's exciting. And I'm just a dog mom, really. I'm just, yeah, like a dog mom, and I'm openly dating and doing a career change. I don't really know if I'm gonna like do any more like public appearances or any more like major events.
Mhm.
Like to be honest, I feel like your podcast is definitely kind of like me letting the world know that I'm just moving on.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna title this while we were talking. I'm thinking about titling this video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna title it "Moving Forward." You know,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, because
it seems
I'm
like it seems like you're ready to move forward. It seems like the community is ready to move forward with it, and I think it's a good
mm-hmm.
time for you to be able to relax, for you to not be able to always look behind your back and see who's well, of course, always look behind your back, see who's gonna backstab you, but you don't have to be so cautious all the time now.
Yeah.
You're not in people's eyes anymore. You're not always under the
Mm-hmm.
spotlight anymore. So it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to relax a little bit.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's how I feel because now when I'm out with my friends or like my cousins and them, I'm not on my phone at all.
Hmm.
You know, it's funny because I see everybody just like recording or taking pictures of our like food or like just
Yeah,
of the night. And for me, I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna enjoy the moment
yeah,
because like I let social media take over my life so much.
uh-huh,
And I missed out on so many things in my life,
right,
like the little things, like the things that matter. So now it's like I'm just ready to like move forward, like you said, and like do other things
yeah.
and yeah, like let I guess just let life take its course, I guess.
I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
you're open to dating now. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Hopefully, one of my cousins will match with you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see,
We'll
we'll see.
see.
But that's, you know, that's actually a part of my life that I'm really happy about because for the longest I felt like I couldn't, like I felt really closed off.
Hmm.
I went through like so many like traumatic, toxic relationships that I wasn't even able to speak on my side about because people just kind of ran with their narrative. And
Yeah.
it's like, like people didn't really care to know like what my side of the story was or like what really
Right.
happened. They kind of
Right.
just ran with whatever narrative was put out there,
Hmm.
which is false, by the way. Anywho, and and like and it was difficult for me because I was just like, gosh, like I'm like carrying all this emotional baggage and trauma from my previous relationships, not
Hmm.
just the recent one, but like all of them. And now I'm like in a better place. And so I'm just like, hey, let's get to know each other. Like I want to make friends. Like I want to
Yeah,
just like explore and like see what's out there now.
definitely. Well,
Mhm.
Gloria, we are way past an hour.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Uh-huh.
okay. I would love to go past more than an hour, but I
Mhm.
would need to refill my drink. Um,
Yes. Right, right.
but I am happy to hear that you are happy where you're at right now. Happy that you're
Mhm.
you're moving forward with everything that's happened to you. Um, like I said, you're brave, ambitious, still a young woman that has, integrity and grit. You had a
Mhm.
whole community come down on you, and you're still out here grinding. and making
Mm-hmm.
money. So I give you props for that. I don't think a lot of people would not come out of that situation still strong and still thriving like you are,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, anything you want to plug, any social media, any upcoming things that you're doing for them to look out for. I know you have a YouTube channel, of course, your
Yeah.
OnlyFans. This is your time to promote anything you want to promote.
Yeah, I mean, I just tell everybody to follow my Instagram, Gloria Yang Official. That's where everything is. Because if you go on my Instagram, you follow me, you click on my all my links, and that's where everything is. My YouTube, my Twitter, my OnlyFans. So yeah, just follow me on Instagram.
Guys, thank you guys so much for listening. I know it's past the hour. I don't even know if a lot of you guys even do listen more than an hour, but if you guys made it through this whole episode, thank you guys so much. I always love my supporters. I always love my fans, and I'm coming back, guys. I'm coming back strong. I came back with a very very wonderful guests that I had the opportunity to have on my podcast. So, uh, this is not the last guest that I'm having. I am back. I am going to be posting weekly again, and then probably take a break for a very long time again. But I am back for now. DM me if you guys have any questions. Subscribe, like, share. Make sure you guys go follow Gloria Yang on Instagram and follow everything else on her links. But other than that, have a very blessed day or night, whatever you're doing. So, goodbye, guys. Peace.